I am so sorry that I did not post on this channel for a very long time. I decided to take a bit of a YouTube break because it was just getting too much. I had too much going on, but I recently joined Book Talk and I'm having the best time. It is literally so much fun and it is such a lovely community over there, and it has really reignited my passion and my love for creating content and talking about books. So here I am posting again. Yeah, I like to talk books. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, so I'll pop the links in the description box so we can follow each other and be book besties. But I thought today we could do a little reading vlog because I haven't done one of these in so long and I actually miss it so much. I just finished a book this morning, which was How to Kill Men and Get Away With It by Katie Brent. This was a good book. It's basically about this woman and she's like an influencer. What was her name? Oh my god, I literally just finished it. I can't remember her name, but she is an influencer, an Instagram influencer. She's very rich, she has very rich friends, and it's basically about her and her murderous habits, I should say, murdering men basically, and it kind of follows her through the murders. And yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, but it was really good. I did find it a little bit hard to read in some parts because it was quite gory. I also feel like there should have been some trigger warnings. I don't know if there are any actually because I didn't check, but I feel like some of the topics could maybe potentially be quite triggering for some people. But I did enjoy this. I rated it 4 stars because it was very fast paced and I actually found myself not wanting to put it down. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, but I haven't picked up a book since because I don't know what to read. Onyx Storm comes out on Tuesday, and because that comes out on Tuesday, I don't want to read any fantasy books. Even though I have so many fantasy books on my TBR, I don't want to read them until after Onyx Storm because I want my mind to be fresh. I did download ACOTAR. Oh my god, maybe I should read that, but that's fantasy. I did download ACOTAR onto my Kindle because I have let my colleague read my books and she is so excited and loving it so much that I'm literally motivated to read it again. So maybe I could do a little bit of that because while I'm waiting for Onyx Storm, I could read a book I've already read. Or my other 2 options are 2 books that I've bought recently. One, True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Melors. These are 2 books that I bought yesterday in the shop on the way home from work, and oh god, I'm actually really excited to read these. See, I really want to get to this and I really want to read this, but I also feel like I really want to savor it and enjoy it because from reading the blurb, I think this is going to be a 5-star read. I'm really anticipating this to be a 5-star read. So I want to read it in a time where I'm 100% focused on this book. So I don't think it's going to be this one. Other option, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I do feel like this is going to be a good book, but I'm not sure I'm in the mood for it. And now that I've thought about ACOTAR, I really want to reread ACOTAR. I did download it onto my Kindle yesterday because the thing is I've been letting people borrow my ACOTAR books, but now they're starting to feel a little bit worn and well read, which is great, and I love that because I do think books should feel well read. However, I don't want them to get ruined because they are honestly some of my favourite books and they are so special to me. So I bought the Kindle version of A Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have to do it, you guys. I think I'm gonna have to do the reread. I've actually read this book twice before. I don't know whether to do it. I'm literally so undecided because this fantasy, but I've already read it, so I already know what happens, so I'm not gonna get that confused. And I also feel like they're 2 very different fantasy worlds. If I'm thinking about Onyx Storm and A Court of Thorns and Roses, they're 2 very different worlds, so I don't think I will get that confused. Should I do it? Is that bad? It's not bad, is it? I could do it, couldn't I? That'd be fine. Oh, I've just bought so many new books and I really want to read them, but I need to be in the right mood for it. Oh god, this is 5 minutes of me rambling on and I haven't even decided a book yet. After some careful thought, it's going to be A Court of Thorns and Roses. Please somebody tell me why I'm so excited to read this, even though I've read this book twice already, but I just adore the series so much, and then I've thought about it. Here's my reasoning. I already know what happens in this book. As I said a minute ago, Fourth Wing and ACOTAR are very different types of fantasies. I'm just going to read it. I'm sorry, I don't even have to explain myself. It's happening and I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm going to get up, some ambience on the screen, light a candle. I've got my drink and I'm going to settle in and I'm going to get going. Oh my god, I can't explain how excited I am to read this for the 3rd time. Let's go. a TikTok hole for the last like half an hour. I've not done as much reading as I would like. I've switched to reading on my Kindle and I'm currently on chapter 6. So I'm only 47 pages in and I really thought I would like fly through this, but I've just been really distracted. I'm really tired and I find that when I'm tired I end up in a TikTok hole. I have set myself an hour because I want to do an hour of solid reading. Basically I just want to be concentrated on the book because I'm finding it hard to concentrate. So I'm setting myself a timer that I'm going to put up here. I've got some more ambience, relit my candle, so hopefully I will feel a little bit better. I've also had a shower as well and sometimes I find that helps just to set me down for the evening. So yeah, here's to an hour of reading. I can't stop staring at it. It's so pretty. Finally got my hands on the Powerless sprayed edge. I was honestly so scared I wasn't going to be able to get this because I was panicking thinking that they were going to be sold out straight away. But luckily I did manage to get my hands on and now I can complete my collection. I'm kind of sad because I don't have the powerful sprayed edge, but I might see if I can get it on like eBay or something. I did find one on Vinted, but it was being sold for like £13 and obviously this was £5.50, this was like £5. I don't want to spend £13 on a book when it wasn't that much to begin with. I think I'll be lucky if I get it for £5, but we'll see. I'm gonna try. It's not the end of the world because I do have the main books. Obviously Powerful is just a novella, so it's not the end of the world if I don't get it, but I'm really happy that I finally got these. And when I get my bookshelf, they're gonna be sitting nice and proudly. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like maybe turn them slightly to the side so they'll be on the shelf like this so you can still see them. I'm not really sure, but I'm obsessed. Oh my God, I think it's so beautiful. I love this book. I genuinely think it was so, so good. And Reckless as well, I actually really, really enjoyed it. Can't wait for Fearless to come out in April. Genuinely so excited. I'm gonna have to try and get a sprayed edge version to match. Oh, I'm just so happy I finally got my hands on a copy. Let's do a Court of Thorns and Roses update. So I have been reading it on my Kindle this morning and I am now, where did I get up to? Let's have a look. Page 185, which makes me 44% of the way through the book. I'm trying to think like how I'm going to read this series because obviously Onyx Storm comes out on Tuesday and I'm going to read that immediately. But then there's like so many other fantasy series that I've been holding off for reading because I wanted to read Onyx Storm first. Honestly, the release has kind of like messed up my reading schedule a little bit. But I think what I might do is because I've been seeing lots of stuff about Crescent City recently and a lot of people have kind of said that there's like hints of ACOTAR in it. I don't know if I've got that right, but I'm pretty sure someone said that. So I kind of want to reread ACOTAR before I do Crescent City. So I might just slowly get through the next like 5 books because last time I completely devoured it. Like I think I read it within like a few months and it was like all I kind of read, but I want to read it slowly this time and like really, really enjoy it. So I'm going to read the first book, read a couple of other books, then go back into ACOTAR. I think I'm just going to dip in and out. So then I still read other things, but it's kind of there as my like, it's a comfort. And I'm going to make sure I get all of the books on my Kindle. I do have the physical copies, but I do think the Kindle is just a bit easier for like coming and going. I need to do a little bit of reading today. I've only done a little bit this morning while I was getting ready, so I do want to sit down, but I'm kind of in a productive mood. I'm not really sure now is the best time to sit down and read, but I do want to try and finish ACOTAR before Tuesday, which is definitely doable. So yeah, there's my little updates for the morning. I'll probably catch up with you in a bit when I do a bit more reading. How much I love this book. It's genuinely just so amazing, and I feel like when you reread books you always pick up on things that you missed before. Like I remember I've actually read this book twice, but the first time that I read this book I just remember like trying to get used to, because this was my first fantasy book that I ever read, so in my head I was like just trying to get used to like the different style of writing and like the world building and just trying to like understand like what the book was actually about. But like having reread it already and reading it again, I understand the world, I know who the characters are, and like you pick up on all of the little things. Oh my god, I just love it so much. I actually can't wait to reread the rest of the series because this is the only book that I've reread twice. Because I was planning on doing a reread last year, but I actually never got round to it. I'm really excited that this time I'm actually doing it. Oh my god, I just wanted to update you. Thorns and Roses reread. I actually forgot how much I loved this book. Like, it's just so brilliant. I think it really sets the world so perfectly for what's to come in the next books. Obviously, I kind of have a gist of like what's happening, but there was like little things that I forgot. It's currently Thursday, so it has taken me a little bit longer to read than I thought it would, but that's only because I have been listening to the graphic audiobook on Spotify alongside reading. I saw someone do it on TikTok, and it's like, I think they called it immersive reading, and I thought it just sounded so much fun, so I've been doing that. I finished the audiobook this morning while I was on my way to work, and it was just so magical to do it that way, so I've decided that's how I want to read the next few books in the series. Obviously, for me personally, I really want to like take my time reading this series this time, because last time I read it, which was the first time, I completely devoured it and it was like the only thing that I read. But now I want to like take my time and kind of have a little bit more of a build up. I want to make it more special, so I want to listen to the graphic audiobooks alongside reading, which is going to be my new plan. But in the meantime, as we all know, Onyx Storm got released on Tuesday, which is just so exciting. But because I've been working, I've been doing the worst shifts ever. I've been doing 11/7, so it's meant that I've had no solid time to actually sit down and read. I am, however, on chapter 14, currently 23% of the way through the book. This morning I was on the early shift, which means it's now 3:30, and I was going to do a workout this afternoon, but I've actually traded it in for reading because I really want some good time to sit down and actually read Onyx Storm, because so many people have already finished it. And I am so terrified I'm going to see a spoiler, and I'm just not having it. I don't want anyone to ruin this book for me. So I'm gonna go buy myself some lunch because I haven't got any and I need to eat something, so I'm starving. Then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do a solid few hours of reading Onyx Storm before my boyfriend comes home tonight, because to be honest, okay, so initial thoughts, I'm confused. I can't remember who most of the characters are, even though I only just did a reread. But I think I'm starting to get it now. Like, I think I'm starting to like pick it back up and like kind of jump back in where I left off. It is a little bit confusing because it does introduce characters that were only like barely mentioned in Iron Flame. At first it was a little bit like, I can't remember who they are, but I think I'm starting to pick it up now. I'm so excited. I really want the hardback copy as well, because I've seen so many people like open it up and like the front pages is like a really beautiful piece of artwork. So I really want to buy the hardback, but I think what I might do is wait for it to come out on paperback, then buy all 3 books in paperback as like trophies, because I haven't got. And I know they sell them in the works for like £5, so I just feel like for that price you can't really say no. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go get myself some lunch and then we're gonna sit down and do some reading. About Onyx Storm, because I am 50% of the way through, and my initial thoughts, okay, I'm gonna find this really hard to say because I don't actually love it as much as I wanted to love it, and I think that is because this feels way more actual fantasy than like romantasy, which is obviously good because it is a fantasy series, but I'm kind of missing that more like romancy element. And I also think that it's not as fast-paced as the other 2 books. So I thought that Iron Flame and Fourth Wing were really fast-paced books, and it was really good because it like kept your attention. You was always like wanting to see what happened next, and like it was very fast-paced, whereas I'm finding that Onyx Storm is actually quite slow-paced, which I'm really shocked, because I thought it was going to be like bam, 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 like things happening constantly, like there's no time to breathe. But I do kind of feel like it's a bit slower. I don't know if that's because I've not spent much time like actually binging it. Like I've kind of read a bit here and there, like commuting to work or like on my lunch break, or like when I've just kind of got home from work. Like I haven't spent like a solid day reading it, which I plan to do today. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving it. I'm not going to lie. So far at 50%, I'm rating it 3 stars, which is really low because the other 2 I rated 5 stars. So I'm a little bit disappointed, I can't lie. And I hope I'm not the only one that is saying that. And I feel like no one else is going to agree with me. I feel like the only person in the world that's not like in love with it. I don't It's not to say that I don't like it, because I do like it. I just don't love it as much as I wanted to love it, and I don't love it as much as Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. But yeah, I'm going to try and spend as much time today and tomorrow reading this, just so I can kind of finish it and give like my full updates. But it is Saturday and this video needs to go up tomorrow, so I'm going to stop filming here. So I've got time to read, edit and do all of that stuff. So I will do a review on this. Probably I'm going to do a January wrap-up video, so I'll probably do a full review when I film that video. But yeah, keep an eye out, because I might post one on my TikTok as well before that video comes out. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!